Welcome, Scorpio. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for July the 25th through to the 31st, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you for all of the love, the support, the positive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. I do hope for joy and love and happiness to be in your path forward. So thank you so, so much. Now let's see what the energy is going to be for us this week. So we start with the Seven of Cups. So with this one, I'm going to need a little bit more information. So we'll get a few more cards here. King of Pentacles. So you were thinking of maybe new ideas, new ways of bringing in security into your life. Ace of Pentacles. So new paths opening up to you in the Page of Pentacles. So strong cards, all to do with Pentacles. So I would think that this week has a lot to do with work, career, finances, your well-being, your health. Okay, so with the Seven of Cups, I think we are prioritizing that we may have been scattering our energy in different areas or not paying attention to the things that we should have been paying attention to. And so now we are starting to pay more attention to our priority list of the things that matter, the things that we really need to work on, whether it is our health or our well-being or it's job security, finances. We're looking at our priorities, and because we're looking at our priorities, we have the King of Pentacles here right in the middle. It's beautiful energy to do just that. Okay, he's very grounded. He is a diplomat, so he's thinking things through. But the best part about the King of Pentacles is his crown is a living vine, which means your ideas are outstanding. They're new, they're unique, they're different. They're leading you to new ideas, new places of thought, new ways of doing things in order to bring that abundance or that well-being into your life. And it could be opening up new paths, or you can see new paths forming or what you would like to walk into. Now, you really can't see where it's going to take you long term when this card comes up. This is the beginning of the path. There's a lot of fog around us. We can see that there is a new path opening up to us, but it's going to take a courage, it's going to take a strength to actually step into that path. Now we have the Ace of Pentacles on the other side, which also talks about a path of abundance, a new path of abundance or well-being open up to us. With this path opening up, there's usually some kind of indication that we are thinking in the right direction, that we are leaning towards the right direction, because something good happens in order to give us that oomph, in order to give us that little bit of extra push to go upon that path. So let's say it's a new job opportunity, but your wardrobe, you don't have a good wardrobe, and you want to look sharp. You want to look sharp for your first day of work, but you really don't have the money to throw out on new clothing. All of a sudden the phone rings and somebody's got a garbage bag full of their closet. That is just happens to be your size, and most of the things have only been worn a couple of times, and you want to go through the bag and see what you like and give the rest to charity. Or maybe you need a car, and all of a sudden you see a really sweet deal on a car, like it's meant just for you kind of thing. This could be a monetary gift. This could be somebody coming in to mentor you or help you in some way. This could be a cash payout. This could be an insurance payout. This could be a court settlement. So, but it's something from God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe, to help you move in that direction, to help you move towards the new path. Now, our underlying energy is the King of Cups, so it's all about our security and building our security. Okay, this is the dad in the deck. Okay, he's the stereotypical dad that goes out to work to provide for his family, to put a roof over their heads, to put food on the table. So you are definitely looking at your security and how your security may be affected with a new routine, a new way of doing things, or you are looking at your health and well-being in a way where you haven't really been paying attention, and how you need to start paying attention. So you might have an awakening, you know, that refreshing slap in the face that says, hey, you know, this is what's happening with your finances, or this is what's happening with your health. This is what's happening with the job right now. So, you know, you might have been slacking a little bit or not putting forward the energy that, you know, you've been kind of fooling yourself into thinking that you have been doing. So that's an underlying energy, so it's the hints, it's the clues telling you to start to get on track. Now we have the Hermit as our overriding card. So the Hermit I typically see as somebody who goes into the desert or goes into their cave and they spend time through meditation and prayer. They tap into their intuition, their higher wisdom. They have time with their thoughts alone to strategize, to make plans, to weigh things out. And when they feel that everything's right, that's when they come out of that cave. That's when they come out of that desert to implement the plan. So I think that there is a lot of thinking. I mean, the Seven of Cups, we're sitting there kind of looking at all of the different things in our life and how to prioritize what's important, what's not important. And then we have the Hermit as the overriding card, saying that we really need to think things through. We really need to strategize how we really want to go forward, what we want to have come into our life, because you also have these new ideas, new approaches, new paths potentially opening up to you. We have the Two of Pentacles, so there is an imbalance definitely in your routine. You may be spending too much time at work, or maybe it's too much time at home. If we start to put all of our eggs into one basket, if we start to, you know, pick up all the overtime because there's a promotion coming and I want to look good, so you go in for your 8 hours and it turns into 10, it turns into 12, and then you come home and you crawl into bed and you start the whole day over again. Eventually, your spirituality, your health, your well-being, friends, relationships start to hurt. So we really need to look at where we are putting our energy, and are we getting value back for our time, our energy, our resources perhaps. This could be that we're spending too much time at home and we're not really actively searching for a job, or maybe we're not meditating at all, or at least tapping into our intuition once in a while. Doing a prayer of gratitude, or maybe doing some affirmations. Maybe we once upon a time worked out and we haven't been working out lately, or we had just kind of went right off the diet and we're not eating properly anymore. So it's looking at our routines, it's looking at what we do on a day-to-day basis and understanding where we can take energy, time, resources from one area of our life and spread it out through other areas of our life so that we go forward in a balanced way. We have the Eight of Pentacles, which means hard work. Now, that is kind of coupled with the Two of Pentacles, so I think it's, you know, we are projecting in this card that we are going to be better than before. So if you've been, you know, not putting the energy into work, now you are making a commitment to yourself that you're going to be better than before, or in a relationship. Maybe it's in care for yourself, health, well-being. But we need to know that this needs to be a plan that is long-term and sustainable, that is going to be hard work to get everything on track and get everything flowing smoothly. We can't expect to make some quick decisions in our life and then everything turn out roses in the garden. We know that we need to apply ourselves, and we may not see the rewards right away, but that we know they will come if we are persistent and disciplined. And as we go into the weekend, we have the Chariot, so our focus really gets strong here. So obviously we've come out of our cave because our focus on our path gets extremely strong. We hold the reins to our future. We are in control of our destiny here. We say where the energy is going to flow. This could also be a travel card. So do we have anything else that's travel associated? That's the only one so far. We have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords has been highlighted through a lot of the readings. I think our perceptions are changing on what we place value on and what doesn't really matter in our life going forward. That we are reprioritizing the things that we have surrounding us, the opportunities that we have surrounding us, the people we have surrounding us. And we're being a little picky, a little choosy on what actually is going to go forward in our path, how we are going to work out our routines, where we are going to put our energy or our time or our resources. For work and career, we have the Empress, so that's beautiful because it's creative new beginnings. That's what the Empress is all about. Now, she's a diplomat, so she thinks it through, but it has to do, when it's the Empress, it really attaches to your talents, your abilities, your passions, your dreams, your desires. It taps into your heart center. So maybe it is something that affects a lot of people. Maybe it is something that will help a lot of people, that will grow a lot of people's lives. It's extending your love in a way that touches other people, but it's through work, it's through new beginnings, it's through career. Maybe it's how you spend your money. Maybe it's how you invest your money. Maybe it's what you plan to do with your money once you get it. When you start that business and it starts to be successful in your life. For love and relationships, we have the Eight of Cups. We're going forward in new directions when it comes to our relationships. If you're in a relationship, I think it's changing. I think the way that you once got security or love out of the relationship is going to change. That doesn't mean that it's going to dissipate. It just means it's going to change. Maybe you felt like your partner always needed to be around you, or you didn't feel secure or safe within the relationship. And now you feel that, you know what, they need to be independent on their own because you want to be independent in certain areas of your life. That maybe a little bit of space between the two of you is a good thing. So you're still getting the love, you're still getting the support, just in a different way. Maybe it's just the opposite. Maybe you really didn't even, see each other all that much each and every day. And now you need that in your life. You feel like you need that constant grounding, that shoulder to lean on, that person to build you up, to love you, to caress you, to hold you close. If you're looking for a new relationship, this could definitely be a signal that a new relationship is on the horizon, because the way we receive love, the way we receive security in our life is changing. So that could be a new face coming into our life to provide love and security in our life. But this is really, this may bring cause to some strong talks that I think would have to be handled quite delicately, because the relationship has probably been one way for a certain period of time, and you can't expect things to change overnight. Just like we had with the Eight of Pentacles. We can't expect to just have the conversation and everything go the right way. We know it's going to take work, it's going to take patience. But at the end of it, we're going to have a stronger, better, deeper relationship because of it. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.